First, on CBS This Morning, we are breaking news of an incredible treasure find. The story begins in the 18th century. 11 Spanish ships were destroyed in a hurricane off the coast of Florida. They were sailing from Havana, Cuba to Spain. Last month, 300 years to the day since the disaster, a Florida salvage company recovered 350 sunken gold coins. They are worth $4.5 million. Brent Brisben is a co-founder of the company. 1715 Fleet Queen jewels, excuse me. He joins us at the table with some of those rare coins. Brent, good morning. I've been so excited for this segment. I grew up on the Goonies, okay? Treasure hunting. Tell us about this amazing discovery.
It's incredible. As you said, there was a fleet of 11 Spanish galleons sailing back to Spain on July 30th and 31st of 1715. They were hit with a hurricane on the east coast of Florida, and all 11 ships were lost. And so we salvaged the active remains of those shipwrecks to this day, and occasionally you come up with some pretty magnificent artifacts.
How did you find out about this, though? How did you know they were there?
Well, it's a well-documented story. These shipwrecks were first identified in the late 50s and early 60s by a gentleman named Kip Wagner. And so these shipwrecks have been known about. They've been salvaged for all these years. It was just kind of amazing that on the actual 300th anniversary, they decided to tell a little bit more of their story.
So how does one, by law, divide up the spoils of these really wonderful discoveries?
And can I have a coin?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we can help you out. Basically, the way the law works, these shipwrecks are governed by the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida and Judge James Lawrence King. So when we find these artifacts, we have contractual obligations to the state of Florida, which entitles them to up to 20% of the artifacts that we recover. After that, all of the artifacts belong to me and my crew, which consists of 3 guys, Jonah Martinez, Bill Bartlett, and Dan Beckingham, and we will all be the ones that share in this treasure.
So you give the state theirs, and then the 4 of you buy the rest.
That's correct.
Yeah, and you were telling me in the green room that one of those bigger ones is worth $300,000.
That's correct. Would you like to hold one?
Here, yeah, we should hold it up just to get a size, just so you can get a look at the size. Brent, by the way, arrived with security. So how did you guys actually discover it? Because it's in shallow water. And when did you know that this was a big deal?
Well, these royals are, perfect specimens of the coinage of the time, and they were made on royal order for the King of Spain to be mostly given out as presentation pieces. So they're truly perfect examples of the coinage. And on that day, July 30th, Jonah, my co-captain, he picked the spot. Yeah. And it was incredible. It's very surreal, not only to have these incredible artifacts come up with their, great value, but to have it actually happen on the 300th anniversary is really something that I can't articulate. It's magical.
So
how deep down were the...
As you can see from the video there, the drone video, we're in about 6 feet of water. We work extremely close to shore, which is surprising to most people. These shipwrecks were pushed by the hurricane into the outer edge of the reef, and then they were utterly destroyed by the wave action. So pieces of these ships have floated for miles, all the way into the beach, up into the dunes. People still find treasure as beach detectorists to this day, and in Florida, it's finders keepers on the beach.
I mean, so how does one go? I mean, can anyone be a treasure hunter? I mean, not that I'm considering a career change just yet, but really, I mean, can anyone go and try to find
scuba tank?
Seriously?
Yeah, well, you're welcome to come down, Clarissa. I'd be happy to show you around. The only way you can legally do it is to subcontract through my organization.
Okay.
We have the exclusive salvage rights to these shipwrecks.
All right.
You have exclusive salvage rights to what?
To the remains of these shipwrecks, all adjudicated within the United States District Court. As I said, we are the district court's custodian for the wrecks. So we take all of these artifacts into our custody. At the end of the year, the state of Florida will come and review what we found, assert an interest in certain artifacts for purposes of displaying in their museum. And then once we work that deal out, the federal court adjudicates legal title to either my organization
What's
or
the
the state of Florida.
total value of coins you have discovered?
Since I've been doing this since 2010, we've got close to $6.5 million worth of treasure that we've recovered in that time. And we estimate that there's another $400 million still left out there.
Wow.
I was going to say, is there more left? You must have a very nice house. So can anybody, are you looking for people to join your organization, or are you guys
take
all
interns?
set?
I absolutely, I do. I'm
guys all set?
inundated, particularly after a story like this,
Yeah,
with
I bet.
people wanting to do it. And so we vet them. But yeah, I try to give people the opportunity to live
How
the
did
dream.
you get into it?
It was my father. It was a passion of his, and I'm kind of fulfilling a dream for him.
What's the greatest treasure that's beneath the ocean that has not been found?
You know, there are so many shipwrecks all over the world, and the vast majority of them are just standard steamers, that sort of thing. There are very few that were laden with treasure. And so, you know, to find a virgin shipwreck or the Queen's jewels, which is something that's on one of our ships, that's kind of what we shoot for.
Okay.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brent Brisben.
Charlie,
thanks
put
for
that
having me.
coin back.
Brent, my new best friend. Thanks a lot.